Hi everyone, my name's Jenna and welcome to True Talk. If you are new here, hi, I'm Jenna. I am 26 years old and have been able to heal completely from some sort of autoimmune condition thoroughly through holistic health and changing my lifestyle to a healthier, more active one. This channel, this podcast, is going to be all about holistic health and wellness, how it actually works, stories, interviews with others that it has worked for and it has saved them as well. We're going to talk about holistic health and wellness, nutrition tips, gym, working out, how important fitness is and strength training is. And then I also want to talk about following your dreams. I want to give you guys that motivation to follow your dreams. What is it that you really want to do in life? And show you that you can get there. Whether that's climbing to the top of your business, the top of your company, or starting your own company, your own business, like I am. Okay, November of 2020, I started to experience symptoms. I woke up one day, I was in my room, and I was just standing there, and I noticed I started to lose balance. I was losing my balance, and I had to kind of stutter step to catch myself. That stood out to me because I was like, well, that was weird. Did somebody turn off gravity, or did the Earth's axis tilt? I had no clue. I didn't know how to explain it. That was the first thing. And it started to continually happen. Then I started to have memory loss. I was working at the time and I was being told to do things or follow up on something. I couldn't recall them telling me to do that. Or even if my friend told me something or if my mom said something to me, I was just kind of looking at them like, are you sure you said it to me? I really don't recall. Then I started to experience very severe lethargy. I was very lethargic. I could not get through the day if I didn't sleep for at least 20 minutes in the afternoon. And when I say severe lethargy, I mean my eyes felt like they were 100 pounds and I couldn't keep them open. I would have to take a nap at some point in the day. Worked out because I was work from home, so that was cool, but I wasn't getting work done. You might say, okay, yeah, we all need to nap, Jenna. We're exhausted, we're adults. I agree. But what was crazy was that even if I slept 12 hours the night before, or even 10 hours the night before, I was still exhausted as if I only slept an hour. So that's why I was like, okay, something's not right here. Then I started to experience left-sided weakness. In my left arm and left leg, I started to develop a tremor. I was like, okay, something's not right here. We went to a neurologist. I got MRI scans done, and she literally looked at me. Mind you, let me paint the picture. I'm 23 years old, healthy, have never had any other illnesses or conditions. Nothing really runs in the family. I'm sitting there and she looks at me and goes, "This is either the result of a miniature stroke or this is the onset of multiple sclerosis." And time stopped. My heart dropped, fell through the floor. I looked at my dad and I'm like, there's no way. There is no way. I've been an athlete all my life. I stay in good condition. I eat pretty okay. There's no way that 23 years old, I could have either had a stroke or I'm now developing MS, a chronic disease. There's no shot. I couldn't believe it. None of us. Me, my family. Now what happens is now we have to get into more in-depth testing. The neurologist that I was seeing said that this wasn't something that she specialized in. She recommended that we go and see a neuroimmunologist. Luckily, I live in Baltimore, and thankfully, we have one of the best hospitals in really the world, Johns Hopkins. I go and I speak with a neuroimmunologist, and I go through the ringer with testing. Guys, I went in and had so many tests done to me. I had countless MRIs with and without contrast. I had PET scan. I had a CT scan, a breast MRI. Had that done. Had skin biopsies done. Went through 2 rounds of steroid treatment. Spinal tap, which I don't recommend if you don't need to get it. Spinal tap. So much blood withdrawal. Guys, I went through it all. Have no clue what it is. I was in the hospital for a week-long steroid treatment in January of 2021. I did the steroid treatment because they were unsure of what it is that I have. And so went through the steroid treatment. It was infusions. And I got all of the negative side effects. I broke out into cystic acne. I'm going to put some pictures. Cystic acne on my face, on my chest, to the point it hurt to touch. It hurt so bad. I did the skin biopsy because now, with not knowing what it was I was dealing with internally, they were trying to do any and every test they could think of. So I was being talked to by the cancer doctors. I was being talked to by so many different people. They sent my tests. They didn't send test results. They sent my samples to the Mayo Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic couldn't even come up with anything. We really were just so unsure of anything. Mind you, this is during COVID. I know COVID started March of 2020. However, this is now going into 2021, still battling COVID in the hospitals and everybody being masked up. So in the hospital, nobody could come and stay with me for the week. I was in the hospital for a week by myself. Going through all of that, it's hard enough to even go through that with people by your bedside. Going through that alone, thinking back to it right now, I'm amazed at my strength to be able to get through everything. Because it was during that week-long hospital stay that I had the skin biopsy done, the PET scan done, the CT scan, the MRI, all those testings. I had gotten the spinal tap the day that I was being admitted into the hospital. My whole world flipped upside down like that. In an instant, I couldn't believe it. Now, what's going through my head? I start researching MS. What is it? MS, multiple sclerosis, is a very debilitating disease. It is a chronic illness and is known as an autoimmune disease. MS is a disease where the protective coverings of the nerves in the brain are being damaged. This, in turn, causes issues of the signaling from the brain to the rest of the body. A lot of MS patients, unfortunately, become paralyzed. It's difficult for them to walk without some sort of tool, as in a walker or a cane. Some people go completely paralyzed. It's terrible. You can only imagine 23-year-old me sitting there thinking, this is it, that I am now going to become paralyzed. I couldn't see myself being that way. I was so determined to beat this, even though they told me that this is now a chronic illness. When I asked my neurologist and I said, okay, say it's MS, because they didn't want to fully say you have MS. However, they were treating me as though I had MS because of different findings that they found in my tests and with my symptoms. And I said, okay, say I have MS. What's my life look like? What are the next 5 years going to look like for me? I'm 23. He looked at me and he said, could either get better, could get worse, could stay the same. I sat there and I'm like, okay, so what I know, you know, pretty much. Is where we just have to go along with whatever the doctor tells me to do. We are so desperate for me, and when I say we, I'm talking about me and my family. We, especially me, I am so desperate to find some sort of treatment or some sort of therapy that is going to get me an ounce of normalcy back in my life again. I now, at this point, when all of this was going on, January of 2021, I could not walk correctly. I had a tremor in my left knee, so every time I would step foot on my left foot, my knee would go like this and it would buckle. Left hand tremor, so I couldn't hold anything. I'll put a video here of me trying to hold a bottle. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it straight. I had the lethargy, the extreme exhaustion. I had the memory loss, short-term memory loss, and I was not numb completely on the left side, but when the doctor would go through and do the daily neurological test on me, so take a pin on the right and the left side, if it feels the same on both sides, it didn't feel the same on the left side. I'm having all these symptoms and now I'm like, all right, I've got MS, now what? Now what are we going to do? They decide to put me on an infusion of a medication that was just kind of like a general catch-all medication. The doctor literally said to me, this is a shot in the dark. Pretty much any treatment that we do on you right now is a shot in the dark, because we do not know exactly what it is you have. It presents similar to MS, so that's how we're going to try and tackle this. I begin this infusion. After getting a couple of doses in me of that medication, I started to develop a voice tremor and blurred vision in one eye when I would become overheated. I really started to spiral down to some sort of a depression, because I couldn't believe that I was 23 going through this, almost 24. Then my stubbornness started to kick in. And this is where I'm grateful for being stubborn. I would go to the neurologist and I would say, what if I got Botox injected in my arms? Because now also, not only did I develop a voice tremor and the blurred vision, but now my right hand, my dominant hand, developed a tremor. So I lost my ability to write. I couldn't write. I couldn't hold a pen. It looked as if I was trying to write with my non-dominant hand. So I would go to him and ask what if I did Botox injections in my arms to help with the tremors. No, it's not going to work. Okay? What I started researching, right? I'm researching, my mom's researching, my dad's researching. This has overcame our lives now. We start researching different diets. Now we're looking at complete paleo diet, keto, Mediterranean, vegan, different diets. So I go to the neurologist because people always say, talk to a medical professional. Hey, doc, what if I try this diet? And I'm like excited because I'm seeing case studies that it's helped people. He looks at me and he goes, no, it's not going to work. Not for your case. This is where I get mad. Because now I'm like, you don't even know what I have. You guys, the medical professionals at one of the top best hospitals in the world, don't know what it is that I am battling. And you're going to tell me that a diet change isn't going to help my case. Hold on a second. You don't even know what I have. How do you know it's not going to help? If you're sitting here doing trial and error and shots in the dark of different treatments, putting my body through the ringer of different treatments, how do you know that a simple diet change isn't going to help? Why not give it a shot? I'm mad and I'm like, you know what? This is my body. This is my health. This is my life. And I'm going to take control of it. If you don't stick up for yourself and fight for yourself, no matter what the issue is, no matter what the premise is, whether it's health, whether it's work, whether it's friendship, relationship, you name it. If you don't stick up for yourself, nobody else will. You have to be your own defense, your own army. You have to be your own warrior. Represent yourself. Mind you all, I haven't stopped working throughout all of this. I've continued to work. I work throughout everything. And obviously, when I was in the hospital for a week, I took medical leave for that. But as far as it goes, extended leave, never did. Because, like I said, I was stubborn and I was like, no way am I going to let whatever this is stop me from living my life and being normal. I didn't stop driving. I didn't stop exercising. Still traveled to Greece. Still spent a couple weeks there. Now, fast forward to May of 2022. My mom has a friend who has been battling Lyme disease, also an autoimmune, for years. And she had found a holistic doctor who is a chiropractor. And she recommended and told my mom about him. And how incredible he was and how she was feeling so much better and all this kind of stuff. My mom's like, it's worth a shot. Now, at the beginning, I'm like, okay, I don't really know about this. I don't want to have to go eat grass. I go and I have a first appointment, get seen by this doctor. This doctor is over an hour away from me. An hour drive there, be seen, and then an hour drive back. So it's like 3-4 hours of my day. I was just like, Mom, I don't know. I don't have time to be able to do this. I still work. I still have a job that I gotta be there for. We end up finding a holistic doctor close by who was actually trained with the same program that first person was that I went and saw, who was an hour away. She practices nutrition response testing and muscle testing. So I went and saw her. Me and my mom are both in tears at this point. We're like, please tell us that you can help me. Help me get back to where I was, or even better, please. Guys, within 1 month, I started seeing a difference. By May of 2023, healed. I'm not joking when I tell you, healed. Slowly but surely, each symptom started to drop off and go away. You're going to be like, all right, how? How, Jenna? How is that possible? Not only was I following a vitamin supplement protocol that we would change pretty much every week or every other week through muscle testing. And if you guys want, I can make a whole nother episode purely around the muscle testing and nutrition response testing and what that's all about. But through vitamin supplements, through exercise, strength training, and diet, eating purely clean, organic foods is how I healed, is how I am able to sit here and talk to you guys without a voice tremor, without hand tremors, being able to write again. I cannot tell you enough about healing naturally. I hope that you can see through me and my story how real it is, how it really works. Holistic health gave me my life back and saved me. I don't want anyone else to have to go through something similar, even remotely similar. I pray that nobody ever has to go through something like what I went through. This is why I share my story. I want you to know you are not alone. No matter what you are battling, no matter what you are going through, you are not alone. Getting my health back and healing, truly healing, like I am healed, has allowed me to live my truth, to be my true self. Hence why this show is called True Talk. Because I want you guys to be able to live your truth. Be your true selves every single day. Show up for yourself and your loved ones around you. So, with all that being said, I want to formally welcome you to the True Talk family. Let you know that I am always here. If you need some sort of guidance, some sort of motivation, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I have my Instagram right here at Jenna. Give this channel a subscribe, a follow, a like. Share it with everyone and anyone, because I truly believe in this and I want to help save other lives. And this is the best way that I can reach a larger audience. Share it with your friends, your family, your boss, your coworker, whoever. Share it to everyone. I really think that if we build this community, we'll be able to live in a world where people won't have to be diagnosed with chronic illnesses, with autoimmunes, and struggle day in and day out. Like I said, give this video a like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, become part of the community. Stay tuned because I have a lot more of exciting videos and shows to come with some guests and some interviews that are going to be really, really interesting. Until next time, I will talk to you all soon. Stay safe, stay happy, and smile. Bye.